Welcome back here. Sorry I'm not in the shot. Hey, wait, I am. Hi everyone. Anyway, I thought I'd mention to you, of course, next step here is installing your video card. Now I've got 3 different video cards here handy. I'm just going to set that one down. This is an older one. It's a PCI Express video, or sorry, this one is actually a PCI video card, I should say. It's actually an older standard. This is the oldest one you'll probably find in a modern day system. Now, this one's not very fancy. Big block heatsink, nothing big to it. This one is an RV6P. This is a Radeon 6000 series, 64 meg. Kind of old. This is a newer PCI Express video card. I'm just going to hold that over here a little bit. And one thing I like about a lot of the newer cards here, you'll note it's got a nice little fan on it. It helps keeps it nice and cool for you, so of course when you're playing those high-end games like Crysis, or as Eric and I both like to play, Fallout, keeps your system nice and cool, keeps that graphics card from overheating. Other nice benefit to most modern cards, if we turn it on its side here, you've got a standard old VGA. This is the oldest monitor connection available. This is DVI. Of course, DVI has a lot of different options to it, and this one here has an old S-video port, meaning hook this thing up to your TV. That's right, 32 inches for playing solitaire or Facebook. This card, again, is a lower end card. Now I'm going to show you a big behemoth. I'm actually going to move both of these cards out of the way here. Set those over to the side. This is actually one of the more popular ones, or at least it used to be. This is an EVGA GeoForce 8800 GT. Most higher end cards these days you will see are these big massive blocks. They don't really look much computerish, they actually look like Lego. Now with these newer ones, they do have extra power connectors. Keep that in mind. Most of these newer cards will actually need a 650 or higher watt power supply. I always recommended everybody, bare minimum for building any computer, 700 watts. Reason being, if you want to add more later, you've got the room to play. Now this one I'm going to turn on its end here. We've got, again, S-Video. Some of these you'll actually see HDMI, which allows you to connect to new high-def TVs. I've got one in my desktop computer here, I'll show you if you'd like. We've got 2 DVI ports here. Now this one is also what we call SLI compatible. You'll see with most, I'm flipping this card around a lot here. Here, we'll set it like that. With most of these newer cards, especially both ATI and NVIDIA, a little set of gold fingers like this. If your motherboard actually has 2 PCI Express slots capable of accepting video cards, you can join them together, make one big video card basically, and it interconnects the 2 of them, and allows them to help each other up, rendering on all the new video games and things like that. Now to install one of these, rather easy. All you want to do, make sure of course, you've got the back slots of your case here, empty. You may have to remove some of these little blanking plates. These things are a real nuisance, by the way. Try to remove them before you put your motherboard in. And be careful, they do have sharp edges on them. I've already cut myself, as I'm sure some people will notice little marks. But in order to install your video card, just take your card, hold it by the edge like this, line it up. Now some of these cases, this one again is rather crappy. You'll have to sort of fidget in. Line it up with your PCI Express slot and the back covers. And all you have to do actually is slide it in. You may actually hear a small click. I don't think you did with this one. That small click is actually a little clip on there that will help to hold your video card in place. Next thing is, of course, you want to install any screws. This one is a very big, heavy video card. The back here, I'm going to turn this a little bit. You'll see there's a little metal plate. It actually has 2 holes for screws. So line those up. Carefully screw them in. I'm just going to grab my other screwdriver here. There's one. Now with any of these bigger cards that actually cover 2 slots and have the option for 2 screws, make sure you put in both screws. That will actually help alleviate some of the stress off your motherboard and ensure that your video card is well suited and well mounted. That way if you're going to move your system, it's actually locked in place rather tightly. Now if you have any other cards at this point, for example PCI cards, you can again just slip them into the slot. Make sure you put in the little back screw here. I had also mentioned about your hard drive. I already have my DVD drive installed way up here. You can't really see it. There we go. I'll just tilt that up. There we go. That's the back of my DVD-ROM drive. It's already connected into my motherboard here too. Now for the most part, you've actually built the majority of this computer. I'm actually just going to tighten this while we're talking. There's nothing really that much left to it except for, of course, your power supply. I'll show you your power supply next here. Again, that'll just be in a minute here. I'm going to save this clip and then move on to the next one. That way I'm keeping these somewhat small for you. See you in a minute.